This phone is pure magic. It can make any photo alive, literally alive. World's first phone to do this. It doesn't have a telephoto lens, but somehow it can zoom from 1x to 30x without losing quality. I mean, how is that happening? It's got one of the brightest displays coming at 5000 nits, absolute battery powerhouse thanks to a 5300 mAh battery, deepfake detection, and it's only £399. This phone changes the definition of a mid-range phone forever. I've been using the new Honor 400 for about a week, and using this made me realize that it's got some stuff that Samsung will never do for their affordable mid-range phones. Let's begin with the unboxing experience, which is quite simple. This time around, we get the phone, the USB-C cable, some paperwork, and a SIM card tool. Right off the bat, the first thing I noticed about the Honor 400 is definitely its size. So it's actually rocking a 6.5-inch screen, which is smaller than some of the other larger displays, making it more one-handed friendly. Bezels are also looking ultra slim, giving this more of a flagship look of a 700 or 800 pound phone rather than a 400 pound phone, which is quite amazing. The in-hand feel is very premium. It is a combination of glass and aluminum, so it's got this matte finish, which looks really good. My review unit is in the desert gold color, which, not gonna lie, looks pretty solid. Now, there's no gimmicky stuff going on this phone. They're pretty straightforward. We just have two camera lenses and LED flash on the back, but these two camera sensors can do literally everything. This is the first time that I'm actually seeing a 200 megapixel main camera sensor giving just about optical quality zoom performance, especially at around 4x zoom. When you take these photos, the phone takes about 2 to 3 seconds to process this in the gallery, but when you get the result, it actually looks pretty good. In fact, even the 10x shots are quite decent. But wait, it gets better as you zoom more beyond 15x, because that's when Honor's AI zoom kicks in, giving you a pretty insane zoom quality all the way up to 30x. Yes, this AI zoom feature was brought with their 1000-pound flagship phone earlier this year, and now we have the AI super zoom on a 399-pound mid-range Honor 400. How amazing is that? This is something that Samsung is never going to do, because as we know, they like to gatekeep features for their flagships, so we don't really see them on their affordable phones. But Honor has a different philosophy, and you can see while Galaxy A56 can't even zoom beyond 10x zoom, it doesn't even have a 200 megapixel lens, but Honor on the other hand can do up to 30x, and it is a little bit cheaper than the Galaxy A56 when you consider the official price. The only thing with the AI super zoom is that it needs internet connection, and it doesn't work when it's like extreme night mode conditions where you wouldn't even normally zoom. In most other 90% of the situations, AI super zoom is going to work for those long range shots, and it's actually pretty good. Honestly, I did not expect the AI super zoom to work this well on a mid-range phone. Now, that's not the only magic thing about the Honor 400. Apparently, this is the world's first phone to use Google VO2 AI engine to generate videos from still images. It basically means you can turn any photo, doesn't matter if it's shot on this phone, it could be an old photo, and you can turn that into a video. Like, this is straight up crazy. I actually went to the Royal Academy of Arts in London. It was the perfect location to make all this old art alive. So all the photos were shot with Honor 400, and later they were turned into videos. It's pretty easy to do. You just go into your gallery and then select any photo you want. You can generate videos in both vertical or horizontal aspect ratios, whatever you prefer. And after 1 to 2 minutes of wait, your image comes out alive. Now, one thing to note is that there's no way to give this a custom prompt, so I have no control of what this phone is going to generate. But in my testing, it has pretty good understanding to generate what you would like to see. So pretty much all the results were on point. Now, what about the actual image performance? So as you can see by the results, it's a pretty good sensor, 200 megapixels, gets quite a lot of detail in there, flagship level stuff in pretty much all lighting scenes. You can utilize the full resolution when you are in that optimal condition to get insane amount of detail. And because there's so much resolution, Honor lets you take portrait mode photos from 2x and even up to 3x levels. With a bit of a crop, you do get more of a pleasing portrait, and it does pretty good minimizing that noise, and it's sharp enough even in some of the tough scenarios. Also, not only you get hardcore portrait mode effects, but also you have 6 other film simulation mode that kind of gives you a nice effect. As for the ultra wide angle sensor, it's looking good for the price. Definitely one of the better ones I've seen around this price range. Now for the video, you can shoot up to 4K 30 FPS, although no 4K 60. The 4K 30 looks very solid in both daytime and low light night scenes. As you can see from these examples, it handles the noise pretty well in those challenging situations. It supports 4K 30 FPS across all the lenses, and you can switch them while you're shooting video. So you can switch to the ultra wide angle lens or do the crop 2x zoom, or even switch to the front camera lens. Speaking of the front camera, it can take up to 50 megapixel front camera selfies, which is pretty high res. You can definitely see that detail, and I gotta say, it does a pretty good job with the skin tones as well. Now you can also shoot portrait mode videos, but only up to 1080p 30 FPS. I wish they added the 4K option, but considering the price, this camera experience is definitely punching above its weight. Now with all this camera image processing and the AI stuff going in the background, we need the best combination of performance and battery. And well, the Honor 400 comes with the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 chip, which is one of the best mid-range chips we have with great performance, and it can easily play pretty much all games out there because the Adreno GPU is really strong. It's able to handle high-end games at high settings, which is amazing at this price point. But what's even more amazing is the insane 5300 mAh cell that we get inside this phone. Despite having a 5300 mAh battery, it's only 7.3mm thin and weighs at about 184 grams. Because of this big battery cell and the efficiency you get from the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, it's one of the best battery performance that I've seen on a 2025 phone. Plus it comes with 66 watt fast charging, which I think it's a pretty sweet spot. Now as I said, the display is 6.55 inch, and while I was testing the cameras outdoor, it was very comfortable to look at the screen because this display can reach up to 5000 nits of ultra peak brightness. And of course, since it's an Honor smartphone, the display is the healthiest display for your eyes, meaning we have the industry-leading 3840Hz PWM dimming number, along with defocus eye care, which further helps with the eye strain when you're using the phone for long hours. They also went one step ahead and added motion sickness relief, so it can actually reduce the motion sickness, dizziness, or nausea, which is caused sometimes in a moving vehicle. Now, the area that has impressed me the most when it comes to using Honor phones for quite some time is their software UI. So the Honor 400 comes with the Magic OS 9 based on Android 15, and it runs really good, really smooth, pretty much in line with what the experience I get with their flagship phones. Smooth animation, smooth all-around performance. Like every animation is fully clocked in terms of its look and all the customization features you have from lock screen to home screen, it has quickly become one of my favorite Android skins out there. And now this year, Honor finally listened. So the Honor 400 now gets 6 years of major OS updates, which is an amazing news considering it comes with Android 15, meaning it will get updates all the way up to Android 21. Now what separates Honor from Samsung is that unlike Samsung, who are keeping all their Galaxy AI features to the S series, Honor is pretty much giving all their AI features, in fact an exclusive AI feature, which is the image to video generation, to the Honor 400. So apart from the usual AI writing tools and their AI translate features to Magic Capsule, Circle to Search, Google Gemini, you also have crazy built-in AI photo editing tools that can make a big difference, like the AI outpainting. This lets you expand your image in ways that you can't even imagine. You have the usual AI eraser, which has been improved even further, so you can remove the unwanted objects or subjects from your images. AI upscale that can enhance the details. AI cutout that easily allows you to extract your subject from any image. And finally, AI Facetune, which honestly for my liking was a little too much, but yeah, if you want to really Facetune yourself, you can definitely try this out. Oh, I almost forgot, it's the first phone that I'm using that has built-in AI deepfake detection, and this actually works with WhatsApp. It can detect whether the person that you're talking is real or fake if they're using any face swap. The point is, Honor is pretty much backing all their AI features with the Honor 400. Again, this is their mid-range phone that only costs £399. Even their AI Super Zoom, which is a proper flagship feature that they introduced this year, you also get that with the Honor 400. Again, that's something Samsung is not going to bring on their current top mid-range phone, which is the Galaxy A56. So considering the whole package with AI features, long-term software support, smooth optimized performance, and incredible battery life, and only costing just £399, on top of being the only phone on the market that can do image to video generation, I gotta say, the Honor 400 is definitely one of the best value phones you can buy in 2025. If Samsung is watching this video, they definitely have to step up their game when it comes to features for their mid-range phones. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Considering the price, do you think it is a solid option? I would love to hear your opinion. With that being said, make sure you subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.